I have a very good friend who is called Sister Utris. Sometimes she tells me that if you want to do something, you find out a way. But if you don't want to do something, then you find out an excuse. And I think that that is so wonderful and so wise, because that is how we are working. We find out a way if we want to do things and an excuse if we don't want to do things. And that is leading me to the next context of the Toltecian wisdom, that you have to do your best. And with the excuses, you don't get there. No, you don't get to the best, or you're trying to do your best. So you have to find out what you want to do and not what you don't want to do. You have to look for what is the meaning for you and what is a pleasure for you of doing in life. And of course, sometimes you have to do things in a more complicated way, or you have to wait and have the patience, as I was mentioned so many times now. You have to be patient, you have to rely on the patience, and you have to build it up slow with the trust and belief and with the small love, getting a little bit bigger for every day, and the hope for the future. You also have to try to build compassion and understanding for your surroundings and the people who is living together with you. You might also try a little bit of gratefulness and try to find joy as much as possible in your life. And soon you will notice that you will find more of these good gifts that you have inside of you, bringing joy and gratefulness to yourself, and then you can bring it along to other people. So why don't you do the best? And the best will change. The best is not a thing that being perfect or in any aspect trying to show off that you are the best champion in the world. I mean, you can be that. It's okay if you are a good champion, if you win the world championship in whatever it is, or the Olympic Games, then you do your best in your aspect. But even those people who do this and win the games of the Olympics, they know how to deal with the question of what is your best. One day is perhaps not as good as another day, because remember, everything is changing. So being in line what is best is the fourth key to the wisdom of the Toltec. And if you don't know what is the best for you to do, then you don't have to worry about it, because someone or something will tell you what is the best. I mean, you perhaps think that it's the best to be a champion in the Olympic game, but something will tell you someday that it's not really the best. So you find out another thing to do in your life, because you cannot be champion for all the time. That is very, very stressing and boring to be the best. Everybody is haunting you. If you are the president, you have the worst position in the world, because you know that you cannot rise higher than that. So automatically you have to find out a way to fall, and don't smash yourself into the ground totally. A football player who has been a champion normally perhaps go back after the day of the lights, and he feels very, very sad and sorry about that he cannot shining anymore. So might start drinking, start making angriness to people. So do your best, and even if you are a president, understand that this is the best for today, and tomorrow you will do another thing that is good for you. Don't stay there too long on the position, because there will always be new ones that is wanting to have and test these roles and learning out of this role. And as we know, the truth will always reveal itself. So instead of cheating, be true in your speech and in your actions according to what you really are inside of yourself, not what you think that you are. not when you think that you are taking things personally or taking them for granted, because one day everything will change. Anyhow, to do your best is really sometimes hard for us because we are, as we know, a little bit lazy, and we can find excuses. And also the excuses are building on our fears. We are afraid of a lot of things. We are afraid of failure. That is one of the most important fears that we have in this aspect. When to know what is your best or not is perhaps difficult to understand, but when you start putting the blame on other things, then you are out of the line of doing your best. When you take responsibility for your actions and deeds, then you do your best. So we start not doing our best very early. Perhaps in school, when the teacher will ask us if we were smashing the window, and we say, no, it was not me, it was, I don't know. So we start with the lies, escaping to do our best. We start being untrue. And the truth will reveal itself. And I have been lying a lot of times in my life. And of course, I didn't do my best. But we have so many chances. When we fall, we can make the repairment. We can make it again. We can try to do it in another way. If we don't find out the solution or what is the best making the electrical light, like Mr. Edison, then you can try and try again. And this man, I think he was trying about 1,000 times before he was doing his best making the electric lamp. Remember that we are lazy, and that might escape us from do our best, but when we are doing to do the best, sometimes it will have consequences for other people that is not positive. It's negative. A mama who wants the best for the child might damage the child by doing her best, or a father who wants to do the best for the child, raising up in the pattern that he thinks is the right one, because he has these great convictions that you shall do this and this and this for be happy. The man still he's unhappy, but he thinks that his son will be more happy than him if he do the same thing. You know, it sounds stupid. You put on the same thing that you is unhappy for, and then you put it on your son. So you put your unhappiness or your failure to the next generation. Don't do that, please. No, treat them and give them the freedom to find out what is the best for them, and you get along. Of course, you have to see, and you have to also do things that is not nice. I don't mean that you shall give them everything or give people everything that they want, because that is the best for them. Sometimes it's the best of not having things for experience, to have it hard. Sometimes you have to have the hard work before you can have the cake. Everything will be correct, everything is perfect as it is, even if we don't think it's so perfect. And our genes don't affect so much. We believe that our genes, our DNA makes things happen to us. Of course it makes things happen to us sometimes, but we put the blame on our former generation that we are like this and this and this. We are not having to put the blame. We can do our best now to change this. And science also reveals now that DNA not is constant. DNA is changing. Like I told you before, everything is changing. And you can change your destiny, or whatever you will call it, now on this moment. You can change the way of your beliefs, and you can start out, live a new life while you are here on earth. So why wait for being more happiness, having more joy in your life, more love in your life to next life? Take it now. We are in the paradise. We are here, and we are here to explore it again. Even if we don't see it, you have to have the invisible knowledge, and then you will see it. Or perhaps I will say, you will feel it. It's up to you what you want to do. That is important. And it's up to you to make you conscious, aware of the consequences when you don't do your best. Because when you don't do your best, you will fall down again. And when you fall down again, you can know how to do your best next time. So don't put the blame on yourself for not doing your best. It will come. It will come. Small, small, and via con Dios. Walk with the gods, and one day will become true. You will be there.